I had a question on how to do this, and it's really not that hard, so I thought that I would do a quick show on how to do this. So all you're going to do is you're going to start with a shape, and that's a good size. So I think what I did is I put a border, just a little bit of a border like at 5, um, and I made it white. I have that. Oh, I forgot. I also just brought that in a little bit. So the little node right there, you can click and drag it so it will make it a little bit of a curved edge. Then what I did is I just took a text. I wrote a number and I just made it bigger. I'm not going to search for fonts right now. We're just going to use the default. So I have my number. Then I added a little character. So let's see. Here she is. Why don't we just grab Esther and let's have her getting a dog. I'm going to disable the starting animation just so that she already has the dog when it starts. And I'm going to place her where I might want her. Now the only problem is she's going to be hanging out on the bottom, over the bottom of that. So all I do is I just click on the square, Command D, or you can do that. I just Command D and use one of those as a mask. So I click on Esther, click on one of the squares, and mask her. So now she's in there and you still have the background. I might want her a little bit bigger. Let's see. She might be covering the number a little bit, but you can play around with that and see where you would want her to be. So right now, you can kind of see her and you still see the number, so that's not a problem. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all 3 of those and I'm just going to Command G to group it, or you can click on it and group it. And I will rename that 1. I'm going to click on that, and I usually do the shortcuts, Command D. Now I'm going to have my second one. So I'm going to rename that 2. In here, I can go in and I can change the color. Say we do pink for that one. I can change the number. I'm going to open the group so I can change the characters. So let's see. Let's get the astronaut because he was kind of cute. I made him floating and waving. I'm also going to disable the starting animation just so when it's there for such a brief time, you're not seeing the transition from standing to floating. I'm going to get rid of Esther. Don't need her anymore. And then I'm going to size him to what I think I might want him. He was kind of off to the side. I can go back and see. He could even be a little bit bigger, huh? Maybe I will bring him like that. Okay, I don't know. There we go. Yep, that's pretty good, right? But the problem is, here's 1, here's 2, and they look They're in the same positioning. So for the turning that I'm going to show you how to do, I have to start with him on a quarter turn. So I'm just going to click and drag them like that. I'm going to have Esther and then the astronaut. Then I can add a third one. I can again duplicate this. I can bring that to the end. I can go in here. I can change the color to whatever I want. I can change to number 3. And again, I have to do the quarter turn. So now I have, but now what I need to do is I need to group these, right? I'm going to select them, Command G. Now this is where I'm going to do my turns so that it clicks. So right where, what's happening? So right here, where it's going to go from Esther to the astronaut, I'm going to click on the group, add an animation. I think I used bounce, and the properties would be rotation. Whoop. And then I am going to go into properties, and I'm just going to rotate. Whoop. Let's see that. And then I'm going to do the same thing when the astronaut, well, I didn't change him, so we're going to have the same thing, but it has a different color, so we'll be able to tell that it changed. And then I am just going to rotate him there. Let's see. The bounce doesn't look as great there. I'd have to check some of the timings, but you can play around with that. Then what I did is I just went into, well, sounds. I used a click. I went into sounds and I chose one of the clicks. I can't remember which one I did, but I chose one of the clicks. And then I went in to, I think it was effects, and it might have been line elements. Oh, I gotta get rid of that. And you can choose something from behind here to make that splash. I can't remember which one I did. Um, I'm trying to very quickly grab one that maybe I have. This wouldn't be what we want, but I have it here. So I placed it behind the element. I had to size it. I have it hidden. something like that. That's not a good um, background, but taking it very quickly. So that's about it.